Well, hey there, church. I wanted to come to you this way from my office. I'm trying to change the way that I communicate a little bit so that I can take a little bit less of your time, but still share with you some things that I think are really important and that are going on in our ministries here. You are a blessing to me, you're a blessing to my family, and you're a blessing to the community of Kokomo and all the areas around it, and I thank God for you every day. A few weeks ago, I shared a message with you about tools of the faith. We focused on Abraham and learning about his toolbox. Part of that message was about leadership training for Christ and how that LTC is about developing our toolbox and about developing the toolbox of our children. And for sure, LTC is about building the faith, and that's why I'm so excited this year that we're taking the journey of faith from the book of Genesis. Now, Genesis is rightly called the book of beginnings. I wrote an article for our window, it's also on this blog, that details that a little bit. But the book of Genesis tells us where we came from, it tells us what we're here to do, and it tells us how the world got so messed up and what to do about that. And so those are foundations, and sometimes the things that are foundational in our world are the things that are easier to overlook because of the urgent things that are happening in our world. But I want to encourage all of us to put the urgency aside as much as possible and focus on the foundation, especially for our young ones who are being challenged with a totally different explanation of how the world got here and what it's really all about. I think LTC is a big part of that. And LTC is a big part of the Center Road congregation and our program here and our efforts here. And I thought of 5 things that I wanted to share with you, 5 reasons why I want to do LTC, and I wanted to share those with you quickly. The first reason that I really want to do LTC is that it honors children as Jesus honors children. Jesus even said that to get into the kingdom of God, we have to become like children. So we have something to learn from children, but also we need to guide our children into the future. And I see LTC playing a big role in us being able to do that here. The second reason that I want us to do LTC is that it's a means to connect generations. We live in a time when individualism is held up almost as a god. But that, even with its advances, has created people who are so lonely. And the solution is right here in our hands, and that is to connect the generations so that there's not young and old and in between that neither of them should touch, but instead that we're working together as the God's family as we should be. There is opportunity in LTC for big groups, for small groups, for individuals, and we are in the process of getting things going. The sign-ups are available now, and it's time to go ahead and put that together. And so I'm coming to you asking you to help me get that done as a means to connect generations. And also to understand that it takes lots of volunteers to get this thing done as well. No effort worth doing is easy, and so this is an opportunity for us to pull our hands together to help mold the future and mold the present. The third reason that I like LTC is that mentoring is built in. You can tell someone to do something, you can tell someone they ought to do it, but if you help them do it, and if you work with them, as a matter of fact, that's one of the big focus areas of our elders right now, is to see how we can be about mentoring and helping other people lead. And I see LTC as doing that in a big way. The fourth thing is that LTC is about encouragement. That's the reason for the awards. I mean, we do have rules. The rules are not there to be unbearable burdens, but instead they're there to help us do something as a group. But the awards and the t-shirts and the environment and even how we structure the weekend is about encouraging our young people, and maybe not even so young people, to lead for Jesus Christ. And this world is beating people up like crazy. It likes to beat Christians up especially. And this is a time that as we lead for Jesus Christ, we want to help people come closer to Jesus, and we want to encourage them. And then the last thing, the last reason is that LTC is about going beyond LTC. There are some events that we do that are about going to something, taking something away, and hoping that that sticks. But LTC is not the end here. LTC is the beginning. We want to train, we want to learn, we want to lead, we want to use the different events to literally make a difference in our community. And we're doing that, and we want to continue to do that as well. Now, you might wonder, why are you sending me this video and why are you doing this? Well, we're all very busy. For me to call a meeting is to take people away from their families and other time that they have going on. So I thought I'd try to come to you this way and just ask you for your help, and here are the things I'm asking you to do. The first thing is, because you're a leader in this church in some way, this video is going to go to the elders and deacons, but it's also going to go to people who just lead different ministry areas. And that is just to talk up LTC, to talk about it either with your family or talk about it with people that you meet or know, and help people understand that LTC is not just a program that's on the side, but instead it's a means that we want to use. It's a vehicle we want to get in at Center Road to help us help our children grow and build their faith. The second thing that I'd like to ask you to do is to consider volunteering. As we get our registrations put together, we'll need lots of coaches for teams and people to guide and help and perhaps drive or organize to help our kids get ready for LTC. And so if you would consider being a part of that, you're a leader, you make a difference. God has called on you to use your salt and your light, and you do that. And I'm asking you to help us do that with our kids so that we can go beyond LTC. And then once we go to convention, if you would go to convention would be awesome. And while you're there, if you would volunteer, because it takes hundreds of people to make that thing work, so that we have the best opportunity to help our kids come closer to Jesus Christ. I want to be about building the faith. I want to be in the construction business. And I want to invite you to be a part of that as well. I know that's what you want to do. You do a fantastic job. I thank my God for you, and I'm looking forward to see what God does in the journey of faith from the book of Genesis.